When I was in the band Shafted with a couple of my friends back from 96 until 98, we didn't have enough time to really write stuff um, exactly the way we wanted it. Um, I kind of left things basic and didn't really work on stuff. There was one song called Integrity versus Despair, and I wanted it to, just like Losing My Grip, I wanted it to have the same song structure as Metallica's Fade to Black or Sanitarium, where it starts off with an acoustic sound, right? And then it goes to heavy for the chorus, and then back to acoustic, and then heavy, and then stays heavy. Integrity versus Despair, which I don't think I've ever worked on, but I just came up with something. So, fuck how it originally was. This is how I'm reworking it. So this is my reworking, Integrity versus Despair. And don't ask me what it means, Integrity versus Despair. I haven't got a fucking clue. It just sounded like a cool song title. And mind you, while I'm doing this, I'm singing too. Not singing, but my attempt at singing. And the reason why, I think I've explained this in many videos, the reason why I decided to start singing is because musically we didn't know where we were in the songs. An example is, this is like the first, I guess, bar in this song. Right? Well, how many times am I going to do that until I get to the chorus? I don't know. Well, then come up with some words so we know where we are. Oh, okay. And then that's why I came up with lyrics and I started singing, so we knew where we were in the song. Oh, okay, we're at the end of the verse. Let's get into the chorus. That's why I started singing. So originally this was and the reason why I had to keep it simple is like that, because I had to sing while I was doing this. I haven't attempted, but there isn't a chance in hell I could do this and sing at the same time. Or do I want it fast? want to get gallop rips. Instead of just going I'm influenced by thrash and death metal, so I want to get the alternative picking in to speed it up. Now there's a part where I sing, why don't you just, I forget what the words are. So I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to pause it and come back. Yeah, I definitely can't be copyrighted for this because I wrote the fucking thing. So this is originally how it goes. That's originally how I did it. But I don't want it to go like that anymore. I want it to be... Oh, turn off the fucking chorus. That's what I wanted it to go now. Now, the end part. Oh, I understand why. On the board, the recording council, I remember the producer, because we went into a professional studio to record this in St. Catharines. We had no bass player. There was me on rhythm guitar and the other guy on basically rhythm guitar. So I remember him moving one of the knobs, and I'm like, "Oh, what's that for? Vocals?" He's like, "No, I'm cranking up the low end because we had no bass player, so we had no low end. The only low end we had was our low E's. So he cranked up the low end of everything just so that it had some beef, some muscle to the sound." remember, because at the end of Fade to Black, that's what they play. I'm drawing a blank. Well, fuck it. At the end of Fade to Black, that's kind of what they're playing. So I decided to throw that into the end of our song. And what I'm saying is, why don't you leave me alone and get yourself a life? It's because at that time, there were some people in my life that were bugging me. And I wanted them to leave me alone. So that's why I wrote, why don't you leave me alone and get yourself a life? That's why I wrote that, because there were people in my life at that time that just fucking leave me alone. Kept bugging and bugging and bugging. And then we go back to the acoustic part to finish the song off. But two really big downfalls and factors to being in this band and this demo we recorded. By the time we were in the studio recording these songs, they'd only been written for a year, and we were still working on them. Secondly, we only had 10 hours. Most bands that go into a studio have a few days to a few weeks. In professional bands, like big bands like Metallica and all these other bands, they're in the studio for like a year. We were in for 10 hours. Most bands go in for about a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and they have a few weeks to work on guitars, a few weeks to work on vocals. When we went in, we were in there for 10 hours. So the three of us played the song together. Well, all the songs, but we played the song together. Then, to record the guitars, he took the recording of us all playing together, turned off the guitars, and we played along with Trevor's drum track. Once my guitars were recorded, I sat down, took a break. Scott recorded his guitars. So then when I went into, then an hour or two later, when I went in to record my vocals, I was singing along to drums, guitar, and guitar. And again, we were not prepared. That's how we did it. So we go in, play the song together. We go back in, we play guitar, or I play guitar along with the drums and the vocal track. Was there vocals? I think there was. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Maybe that's why we were so fucked up and didn't know where we were. But yeah, that's how we did it, and we only had 10 hours. But it is what it is, right? So that's this song. I'm reworking it. Maybe that, okay, or maybe not do this, maybe this one, next note. So there you have it. I'm reworking Integrity versus Despair.